In today's video, I'm doing a full review of the RedX lead generation system for realtors so that you can decide if RedX is a tool that you want to incorporate into your real estate business to get exactly what us as realtors want, which is more listings in your business. RedX is a service that provides multiple different lead sources for us as real estate agents to prospect, and it also gives us the tools and the dialers to do this efficiently, and it's really positioning itself as an all-in-one marketing solution for real estate agents. You could literally have RedX, and that could be the foundation of your entire real estate agent business, and you really don't need any other lead generation sources if you do it right. As I go through this video, if you do find yourself interested in RedX services, then click the link in the description and they will actually waive the $150 startup fee that they have for new accounts, and it will also help my channel out as well. So with all that out of the way, let's get into RedX and why it's a very important tool that I think real estate agents should incorporate into their business. So as real estate agents, most of us know that we're not actually in the business of selling houses, but we're actually more so in the lead generation business, which is how are we actually going to generate leads for our business to sell houses to. And when you're first starting out in real estate, the biggest problem that a lot of agents have is that they don't have a ton of capital to invest into their business, or they just don't know a lot of people. They don't have a referral base. They don't have a large database that they can rely on to have consistent closings coming in month after month. Now, this is where RedX comes in, because RedX, yes, you do pay for the service, but honestly, the price that you pay is so minimal compared to the opportunity that you have with the leads and the products that you get in return. So essentially, RedX will provide all the data that you could possibly want and need for your real estate business in the form of the different offerings that they have. So I'm going to go over each product that you have. And once again, what I really like about RedX is that they do have a more premium offering. They also have a dialer. They also have all these add-on features that you could add, but you can kind of do it where it's like building your own with, what you're comfortable with and what you could afford. You could really get started with as low as $50 a month, get your first deal, get something into contract, and then reinvest those earnings and then quickly add more and more services until you have exactly what you need for your business. So the lead sources that RedX offers is expired leads, Geo Leads, for sale by owner leads, for rent by owner leads, and pre-foreclosure leads. So these are your lead sources. So each one of their offerings comes with a standard and a plus version. But as I said, starting out, if you go with the standard because that's all you could afford right now, then it's an excellent way to get into it and slowly build your way up. So I'm going to go through each lead source and just explain what they are and why they're important to prospect. So first we have our expired listings. And these are listings that have fallen off of your MLS as either an expired, a canceled, a withdrawn. And essentially these are homeowners that already had their property on the market, and for whatever reason the agent that had it listed was not able to sell it successfully, or they withdrew it off the market, or whatever the case may be. Every day RedX is going to scrub through the MLS and it's going to pick up on the new expired listings so that you can call them and see if there is an opportunity for you to potentially help them sell the property the next time around. So now we know the data that says a large portion of expireds end up relisting within the first few days or the first week. So having those freshly updated expireds every single day is very important for you as an agent. You could target that list and really see if there's any opportunities in that expired lead source. Now this definitely is one of the most competitive lead sources, since a lot of agents are calling after this list. But the reason that a lot of agents are calling is because they know how great of an opportunity these expired leads are. RedX also allows you to pull old expireds as well, so you can import those in from your MLS and call a couple years behind of expired listing data as well. So sometimes there's really gold in those older expireds, as well as some people, they wait a few months or maybe even a year or two before relisting the property. The next product they have is honestly one of my favorite, and that's Geo Leads, and that one is starting at $70 a month or $130 a month for the plus version. So what Geo Leads is going to do is basically give you neighborhood data, and for that $70 a month, you're going to be able to pull pull 2,500 records, 2,500 prospects that you can call through and see if they're interested in potentially listing their home. Now, the reason why I really like this service is because these leads are not being called by many agents. They're not like an expired or for sale by owner that every agent is calling because they already know that they're intending to sell. These are really just homeowners that are in a specific pocket. You basically get to pinpoint on a map and pull the nearest 100, 200, 500 homes and call through that list. So if you get a listing, or if you sell a house, or you just want to target a specific geographic area, then you can call through that list of homeowners and begin to gain momentum in a particular area that you're focusing on. So the competition is lower, but generally these leads are not as motivated to sell, but sometimes you find one. This is what you call circle prospecting. So people are listing their properties all the time. So yes, you're going to have to go through a lot more volume to get to that motivated seller lead, but if expired leads is daunting to you because of how much competition there is, then this is a great way to build a pipeline over time and generate leads. Generally, these are more long-term nurture leads, but you never know. If you're calling in a neighborhood, you may get someone who's just ready to go and you could do a deal right there. So that's Geo Leads. It's $70 a month for the standard version, which gives you 2,500 records per month. So that literally comes out to under 3 cents per lead that you're pulling. And if you get the premium version, that actually triples to 7,500 data pulls a month. So it's $60 more, but you're getting 7,500 leads that you can call through. My suggestion, just like the expired, would be to start off with the standard. And if you're finding that you're calling through the list before your month is close to being over, then you could upgrade to the plus version. If you're calling through 2,500 leads a month, then hopefully that'll be enough to where you actually start gaining opportunities and start putting leads into your database so that you can nurture them. If you need more, then you could always upgrade to the premium, and you're going to get 7,500 leads, which is honestly a lot of leads to call through. So Geo Leads is, I think, one of the best features that you can get. And honestly, I think expireds and Geo Leads goes together very well. Like if you had a limited budget and you could just start with 2, I think that's a great combo because you get all your expired leads, which are kind of the quick moving but very competitive. But then you could balance that out with a more long-term approach with the circle prospecting that's not as much competition on there. So I think that's a perfect balance between the two. Also, some days you may not have enough expireds, so you could always do circle prospecting. And I feel like those two together is really, those are my 2 favorite that RedX offers, although I really like their other lead sources as well. So next we have the for sale by owner leads, and these are simply put people that are on the market without an agent. So RedX will basically scrub through a lot of different sources to find all the for sale by owners that they can, and then they'll give you an updated list every single day of the different for sale by owners that are active in your area. So a for sale by owner is someone that puts their property on the market without an agent, and just like expireds, we know that a high percentage of those actually end up listing with a real estate agent to represent them in the sale of their home. And what we want to do as agents is call these leads and offer them some assistance, see how we can help them, follow up through the process, and eventually maybe they hire you to help them sell their home. Now this one starts at $50 a month. The premium version is up to $70 a month. This is a great lead source. However, you can definitely find for sale by owners on Zillow or forsalebywowner.com or just driving through your neighborhoods. So there are other ways to get these leads and get these contact information. So I wouldn't say it's the very first one that I would recommend. There are definitely other ways that you can get this data, but if you want it all in one place, if you want to scrub all the sources all at once and put it all together, then you put it into RedX and it just makes the process a lot easier for you as the agent. Everything is listed there in front of you. Now it's just all in one place. You don't have to do all that manual labor, and you can call through those leads one after the other. On our list, we have our for rent by owners, also known as FRBOs, and these are starting at $60 a month, going up to $80 a month for the plus version. And what a for rent by owner is essentially the same thing as a for sale by owner, but they have their property for lease. So they're trying to rent out their property to a prospective tenant, And as agents, why these leads are important to us is there's actually two reasons. Number one, a lot of times these people don't actually live in their property, and you may be able to see if they want to sell now or down the road, if it makes more sense to sell versus rent, or if they want to rent it out and then maybe sell it in a couple of years and add it as a nurture lead. Or you could even go for the lease listing. As real estate agents, not only can we sell properties, we could also lease them. So if you're still getting that sales business up and running, you could actually go after and try to lease a lot of these units and help the landlord find a tenant and make a rental commission in doing that. So that's why the for rent by owners are here, and RedX provides them. Now, would it be the number one priority if you're on a tight budget? Then maybe not, but it's definitely a nice one that you could have and add to your stack as time goes on. The last lead source that we have on our list is our pre-foreclosures, and these are starting at $50 a month, going up to $90 a month. And this is essentially people that have their house in pre-foreclosure, right? They have a list pendants on the home, they're behind on their payments, and this is where agents come in and they try to help that homeowner by getting the house on the market, selling it, referring them to an attorney that can help with the situation, something that we could do to help these homeowners outside of a stressful situation that they're in. Now, these transactions do require a different skill set. They're a little more complicated than your standard residential transactions. So this, just like the for rent by owner, I would say it's a nice one to add to your stack, but maybe a little more down the road. If you're just getting started in real estate, then this isn't your primary focus. It really shouldn't be. There is a different skill set, a different language that you need to speak with these homeowners. It's also not always the easiest conversations to have with people that, are behind on their payments or whatever the case may be, and you really want to make sure that you know what you're doing. Now, if you specialize in this kind of niche, then this could be a great lead source for you to go after and prospect and try to generate some opportunities. It's really great that they have it here, although I would probably recommend to start off with some of the other lead sources. Really, I think the three that are most vital for you to go after are the expireds, the Geo Leads, and the for sale by owner. Like those three, you'll be unstoppable. If you call those every single day and you prospect the list and you work on your skills, then you could build a very powerful business just doing that. Like I said, with the for sale by owner, you could find those leads elsewhere. Also, there's always going to be a lot more expireds in your MLS than there is going to be for sale by owner. So I think the expired with the Geo Lead to start out, especially if you're limited, that's a great kind of 1-2 punch. And it's going to be $70 each, so that puts you at $140 a month, and you could just get rolling with that. So I really like that combo, but there are some other features that I wanted to talk to when it comes to RedX. And the first thing that I wanted to go over is their training. They actually have a lot of training resources for agents that are just starting to prospect and just getting into motion with it, which I think is really cool that they have that for all their customers. They have RedX University, they have prospecting boot camps, they have all these different things that you can enroll in, a lot of free resources as well that you could take advantage of and could really help you as you move forward with your prospecting journey. Now, the other thing I'll say is that their customer service is literally phenomenal. Like, you can call them anytime within the hours, and they're always super helpful with any questions that you have, or if you're having difficulty with the software, they're definitely very helpful when it comes to that. The next thing I wanted to talk about is their power line dialer, and this is basically an auto dialer that will save you a lot of time rather than manually putting in every single number into your phone. You could use their power dialer, which is also, they have different features. They give you a phone number, they make sure that it's not spam, and then basically you load it up through the system, you connect your phone, and then you could just click and go through all the numbers one after the other. So when you go through the power line dialer, it's just much more efficient rather than plugging in the numbers through your phone. The power line is starting at $60 a month. That's for one line, and you have a limit of 1,500 minutes per month. And I would probably recommend, if you go with the dialer, that you at least go with the unlimited, so you can get a one-line dialer with unlimited calling time, because you want to be on those phones, and that's going to be $100 a month month for that dialer. And if you want to get a little more fancier, get a little more complex, then you can go with the multi-line dialer, which is you can do 1, 2, or 3 lines going at once, and that's going to be $150 a month and unlimited calls as well. So that means that your dialer can call up to 3 numbers at once, because we know a lot of prospects aren't going to pick up the phone. So you could actually call 3 numbers at a time, and then you get connected to whoever picks up the phone. And this way you can crank out a lot more volume, just getting through your list a lot faster and more efficiently. Now, this dialer is definitely nice to have, and if you have the budget for it, I would definitely recommend it because it really saves a lot of time. I would at least go with the single line with the unlimited minutes, so at least $100 a month, maybe even the $150 for the multi-line dialer, because if you think about how much time you're going to save while you prospect rather than having to punch in every single number, it's definitely going to be worth the investment over a month period. If you're calling for 3 hours a day, then you'll just be able to make so many more calls if you have a dialer that's automatically going through one number after the next, after the next, after the next. So that time it's going to save you, the amount of hours that it's going to save you is going to be significant over an entire month. And I think it's definitely worth it if you could afford it. Now, I would definitely recommend, if you're only going to go with one product, to pick either the expired leads or the Geo Leads, whatever you think that you will work with more. And through that, get your first deal and then tack on the next thing and then add a dialer. Starting out, we're talking about $70 a month, and you literally have every single expired listing in your MLS to prospect through. You just get one sale. We all know that could be $5, $10, $15, $20,000 commission. Now you could take that and reinvest and maybe get a dialer, add Geo Leads, or whatever else that you want to add to your stack. So that's what I really like about this platform. Even with all the services, we're talking about a few $100s a month, but with that, you literally have tens and thousands of leads that you can call every single month and build a huge business for yourself. So if you want to build a business that's profitable and you're not trying to spend a lot of money on leads and marketing, then RedX is a great solution. I'm someone who buys Zillow leads as well, and a Zillow lead is anywhere from $100 to $200 per lead. So for the same price of just one Zillow lead in my market, you could literally get thousands of leads. Once again, these leads are coming out to pennies per lead. Now, yes, you definitely have to put a lot of work in when it comes to calling the leads and converting them from a lead to a prospect to a client to an actual closed transaction. But if you are willing to put that work in, then for just a few $100s a month, anywhere from $70 to a few $100s, depending on what services you add into your account, you literally have the ability to earn 6 to 7 figures a year as a real estate agent. So that's why I think RedX is really a great platform. As far as the quality of the data, I found that the quality is actually really good. I'm usually able to get across to the right person that owns the home. They also give you multiple different phone numbers for each lead. Generally, the first 1 or 2 are the most accurate, but you're able to call 3, 4, 5 numbers to try to reach the person that you're trying to find. So the data is actually really incredible, and I find that it actually gets better over time as well. They continue to develop the software, add more tools, add more integrations. It's integrated with different CRMs as well. So this platform, it really kind of just blows my mind how much you could do on RedX. So if you want to grow your business as a real estate agent, you don't want to spend thousands of dollars marketing or buying leads from Zillow, then RedX is a really great alternative. I have found me and my team are using it daily. We're calling through the leads, we're talking to seller leads, and I've really enjoyed the platform. I do highly recommend it. If you are interested, once again, I do have the link in my description. When you use my link, you will waive the $150 setup fee. So you're welcome there. There's $150 saved. Guys, if you want to get into real estate, you're willing to put in the action, you don't know where your next deal is going to come from, you don't have a sphere like the way I didn't when I started in real estate, then here's your answer. You can literally wake up tomorrow and have thousands of leads to call through. So click the link in the description, get signed up for RedX. And if you have any questions, just comment them down below in this video. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.